When it's time for me to do another video, that is, when it's time for me to begin to attempt to find correspondence in an association of separate minds, I'm always faced with the dilemma of an entrance into the procedure whereby in this so-called Course in Miracles, you would be able to accept a very fundamental premise. Did I charge into the teaching there? You might want to relax with me just for a moment. I'm known as the master teacher. For whatever purposes you find yourself in an aggregation of correspondence in space-time, where we are going to attempt to communicate with each other with a very fundamental acknowledgement that we're searching for thoughts about ourselves in relationship with the world that will show us a genuine purpose for being here. There we go. So we call this a Course in Miracles. And there was one. Those of you who have been practicing the mind training are very much aware that in a systematic way, it's possible for you in the occupancy of your apparent space-time location to change your mind. You want to practice with me? This is our Course in Miracles. Let's say to me, I intend to change my mind. About what? Today, I intend to change my mind about what my purpose for occupying this body is. I have a so-called master teacher who is emulating what he maintains is the individual message of the historic Savior, Jesus Christ, under his instructions, through his illumination, directing me to proceed in a fashion of new self-identity that will allow me in a very fundamental way to understand that I am responsible for what I see. I am choosing the results that I want, and everything that is happening to me, I ask for and get as I have asked. Did that eliminate the necessity for me to put that up onto the screen? Usually at the beginning of any exercise of self-admission of subjective reality, we like to put up a little screen that says, here's all you need for salvation. Because with the fundamental acceptance of that premise, your progress in regard to the alternative alterations possible within your self-identity will improve by the simple admission that fundamentally the problem cannot be solved except in a new decision it's possible for you to make in unison with the correspondences that you find with each other when you meet in space-time, as you are destined to do. Look at me. This video is a fulfillment of your destiny. This video, right here with this guy, this old guy here, now the master teacher, this 76-year-old man, body, associated with bodies ranging in age from just being born to 112. I understand that that's the age that you impose on yourself in your associations as a body. That's based on 14,000 million years. So the evidence that you are a body, were born into this world, progressed along the idea of sequential time, and died. All right, if you'll allow me to interpose myself in my mindset of certainty, you can realize that your entire lifespan is going on right now. Well, yes, we'll go back and here's all about subjective reality. Listen. This is the only thing that you need do for vision, happiness, release from pain, and the complete escape from sin, all to be given you. All you have to do is say this but you have to mean it with no reservations. I am responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal that I would achieve, and everything that seems to happen to me I ask for, and I receive as I have asked. Deceive yourself no longer that you are helpless in the face of what is done to you. Acknowledge but that you have been mistaken, and all effects of your mistakes will instantly disappear. Are you listening? It is impossible the Son of God be merely driven by events outside of him. It is impossible that happenings that come to him were not his choice. His power of decision is the determiner of every situation in which he seems to find himself by chance or accident. Why? No accident nor chance is possible within the universe as God created it, outside of which is nothing. Suffer, and you decided sin was your goal. Be happy, and you gave the power of decision to him who must decide for God for you. What an exciting prospect that you heard me. Perhaps for the first time, as you have tread your weary way in your determination to justify the content of this little place in space-time that represents the entirety of the illusion of separation. All right, the power that you are capable of exercising in a decision of judgment that can be made by the conceptual form will amaze you with its lucidity. So what did that lesson just say? All power is given unto you in heaven and earth. As my Savior, Jesus Christ, the one fundamentally responsible for my admission of my inability to solve the problem and my subsequent devastation that resulted in my illumination that I now offer to you, says very, very particularly within his New Testament that all power is given to me in heaven and earth. The idea that I would exercise that power in order to maintain myself in body form, the idea that I would want to pursue activities within this world in which I use my judgment capacity to maintain my location in space-time through my illumination have no meaning to me. Okay? Say to me, I'm the Holy Son of God himself. I cannot suffer pain. I have found within the immediacy of this procedure of correspondence in space-time with whoever this association of body form is, a new manner of communication that is offering me a happy, a more peaceful, a more joyous realization of self. Are you listening? That appears not to be connected with my dilemma of judgment at all. Here, just for that moment, it seems as though I felt peace. It seems that in my preoccupation with all the things that have gone before within my own mind, and all of the predictions that are forced on me by this world within this body form, that there had to be somewhere within my mind and my heart, in my body association, where what is often referred to as the peace of God could be found. So the title of our lesson for today is, What is the Peace of God? And it's a good question, because I see all sorts of evidence within the conceptual associations of searches for peace. But I find on the explanation of what peace is will be the conflict of judgment that separates out the idea of a cause and effect relationship that must be singular if in truth there is the peace of God. Certainly if all power in the universe represents a single source of reality, that reality would be what peace and happiness is.